everybody. Yes, I recognize all of you, my sister, the Cabinet Secretary Gender, Culture and Children, and all the leaders, both from Kenya, from the UK, from the UN, and my very distinguished panelists this evening. And you, as UN Women extended your Day in Kenya, I would have been one of the victims or respondents who has endured technologically facilitated gender-based violence as a Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya. So you can imagine what other people go through. But all the leaders in this panel can share their experiences of how it has been used to hold them out of office. But thankfully, we were grounded and we knew we were in this leadership position, not because of accident, but because we deserved to be in these positions of leadership, and therefore we ignored the cyberbullying and all other technologically facilitated bullying and stalking and insults, because that was not part of our mandate. We decided to focus on the mandate and the agenda of delivering justice to Kenyans. So this evening, I'm honored, greatly honored, to contribute to this important dialogue on combating technologically facilitated gender-based violence. And I wish to commend the government of Kenya, our partners, and the organizers of this signed event for convening this timely discussion at the 70th session of the Commission on the Status of Women. As digital technologies reshape the way societies interact, they are also creating new spaces in which gender-based violence is perpetrated: online harassment, cyber stalking, non-consensual sharing of intimate images, sextortion, impersonation, and other forms of digital abuse are increasingly part of the continuum of violence experienced by women and girls. Technology facilitated gender-based violence therefore presents a profound challenge to the justice systems across the world, exposing gaps in legal frameworks, investigative capacity, and survivor support mechanisms. Yet, at the core of this responsibility is the justice system that remains unchanged. The way we used information before, we have not been able to interface with technology to ensure that survivors are able to access justice that is timely, safe, and dignified, and that is also responsive to trauma. In Kenya, our approach to strengthening access to justice for survivors of gender-based violence has evolved significantly over the past 2 decades. The judiciary recognized that conventional court processes were often ill-suited to address the complexities of sexual and gender-based violence cases. This is because survivors frequently encountered delays. No survivor wants to keep coming to court year in, year out to pursue their case. There is stigma and procedural barriers that discourage reporting and participation in the justice process. These realities prompted the judiciary to experiment with the specialized judicial approaches to handling GBV cases, and therefore in March 2022, the judiciary began piloting a specialized gender justice court in one of our regions in Chanzu in Mombasa. Since then, the judiciary has expanded these courts to 13 other court stations in areas that we consider hotspots areas across the country, with the long-term goal of establishing such courts in all our counties. Our model of gender justice courts involves the designation of a specific magistrate and court stations to handle sexual and gender-based violence offenses. We give them specialized training and dedicated case allocation and management approaches. These courts are designed to ensure that cases involving GBV are handled in a manner that prioritizes survivor dignity, safety, and psychological well-being of the victim. Under the stewardship of the Gender Justice Court Implementation Committee, chaired by Lady Justice Ellen Omondi, a judge of the Court of Appeal and the chairperson of the Kenya Women Judges Association, we are currently pursuing further institutional redesign of the court processes to ensure that they are fully survivor-centered and trauma responsive.